بقى تسألي لا يعتب حدا ولا يزعل حدا. أنا لحبيبي وحبيبي إلي، أنا لحبيبي وحبيبي إلي. يا عصفورة بيضة لا بقى تسألي لا يعتب حدا ولا يزعل حدا. أنا لحبيبي وحبيبي إلي. حبيبي ندهني قال لي الشتي راح، رجعت اليمامي زهر التفاح. حبيبي ندهني قال لي الشتي راح.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us transport you to the Middle East of the early 1990s.
During the feast of Eid al-Adha.
Let's take a look inside a doll's house.
That's 3 full months from now.
So what? We can borrow until then.
Nora, are you being a silly girl? Say I borrow 10,000 dirhams and you spend it on a dream. And then a chandelier falls on top of me and flattens me dead. Then what?
Don't. You say such horrible things.
Well, horrible things happen, Nora.
If something that horrible did happen, I wouldn't care if you had debts or not.
The people I borrowed from would care.
They're strangers. Who cares about strangers?
Nora, now be serious. Look, you know what I think? Now, we've managed so well up to now, and we just have a short while to manage. And we will, because we must. Who's hanging her head? Is that my Danú? Nora, look what I have here for you.
Money!
Yes, I know how much money is needed during Eid night, so yes, there you go.
1, 2, 3, 4,000! Thank you, Talal. I'll stretch it out, I promise.
You do that. You must do that.
I will, I promise. Now, please let me show you what I bought. For virtually nothing. I got some new clothes for Sultan and a sword. I got a little toy for baby Majda. I got a doll for Iman. It's nothing much. She'll soon rip it to ribbons anyway. I got some material for the maids to make dresses and scarves. Oh, Mariam should get something better, daily.
Noah? What loves in this parcel?
No. Talal, you're not very deceiving. No.
You got something for yourself? Tell me, Spencer.
I don't want them.
Well, you most certainly do. What would you like? Tell me. Something sensible.
I don't know. Yes, I do. Talal,
Yes.
if you could give me something,
Say it.
could you?
Say it.
Could you?
Come, say it.
Money! Give me money, Talal. As much as you think you can spare, I can buy something with it one of these days.
Nora, really?
Talal, I've lost your so pretty. I know what, it could be my idea. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Nora, what do we call little bird that loves to fritter money?
Little fritter birds. Yes, I know them well. Let's do as I say, Talal. I can take time to think what I need most. That would be sensible, yes?
Oh, sensible. Yes, but if you only take my money and spend it on yourself, but you spend it on the house and so many odds and ends, and then I end up having to put my hands in my wallet all over again.
Talal.
But nothing. My lovely little bird is so very sweet, but she does waste an awful lot of money.
How can you say that? I do try to save up all that I can.
Oh yeah, all that you can. But the thing is, Nora, you can't.
Honestly, Talal, if you only knew how many expenses gazelles and singing birds have.
You're a fascinating little creature, just like your father. You try every trick to get that money, and when you do, it slips through your fingers. You don't even know what did you spend it on. Well, I guess I'll have to take you the way you are.
I wish I were more like Baba.
And I wouldn't want you any other way. Stay the way you are. But Nora, you look quite dubious today.
Do?
Yes. Look into my eyes. Did the little bird indulge itself in town today?
No.
Did the little bird stroll into a mall today?
No, honestly, Talal.
Did the little bird help itself in a macaron or two?
No, honestly.
Oh, fine. I'm only joking.
Habibi, I wouldn't do anything you didn't want me to.
Good. And you gave me your word. All your little festive secrets to yourself. All will be revealed at dinner tonight. Can't imagine how much I'm looking forward to dinner tonight.
Me too, and the children.
It's wonderful to know that one has a secure, respectable position with an ample salary. Isn't that so?
It's wonderful.
The hard times are all gone.
I know. Habibi, I want to tell you how I think we can arrange things. Once Eid is over, I thought we could...
I am not home. Remember that.
Dr. Rashid.
Well, if it's him, just send him in.
Excuse me, Madame Laura, but there's a stranger here to see you. A woman.
A stranger, how exciting.
Well, shall I let her in?
Straight away.
Laura?
Hello.
Don't recognize me.
Oh, friend. Christine? Christine, I don't believe you. Christine, why? You've changed so much. You've changed so much, Christine.
I believe I have, yes. 9 years, 10 long years.
Is that long since we saw each other? Did you make the journey by yourself?
I arrived this morning.
Oh, for 8. Oh, the holidays, of course. Oh, had so much fun. Please come sit down. Aisha, tea. Ready. Welcome. Now you look more like you used to. Well, it's just at first, Christine, you do look a bit paler and a bit thinner.
And older, Nora. Much older.
Oh, a little older, yes. Perhaps a tiny little bit, not much. Oh, Christine, I'm so sorry. Forgive me.
Forgive you, why, Nora?
You lost your husband.
3 years ago, yes.
Yes, I read it in the newspapers. I meant so often to call you then, but I just kept putting it off and things getting in the way.
Nora, I understand, perfect.
No, it was really bad of me. Didn't he leave you anything to live on?
Nothing.
Oh, and no children?
None.
Nothing at all then?
He left me nothing. Not even an ounce of grief.
Oh, Christine, that's not possible.
These things do happen sometimes, Nora.
You're all on your own. All on your own. It's awful. I have 3 such lovely children. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Sorry, you can't see them just yet. The nanny's taking them out. But tell me everything.
No, you talk to me.
No, you start. I'm not going to be selfish today. Today I'll think only about you. Oh, I'd have to tell you one thing. Have you heard our wonderful news?
No, what?
My husband, Talal, he's just been made new manager of the bank.
Your husband. That is wonderful.
It is, I know. Being a lawyer is such an insecure profession. Christina, I can't tell you how happy we are. When he starts work at the bank in the new year, he'll get a huge salary and a fair share of bonuses. From then on, we can live quite differently. We can do as we like. Christine, it's gorgeous to have pots and pots of money, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. It must be nice to have the basics.
No, more than the basics. Pots and pots and pots of money.
Nora. Haven't you gotten any sense yet? Even in school, you were spending money like water.
The law says I still do, but a life together hasn't been that easy. We've had very little money. We both had to work hard.
You as well?
Oh, yes. Bits and pieces, needlework, crocheting, embroidery, that sort of thing. Other things as well. The thing is, when we first got married, well, obviously Talal had to earn more money than before, but in that first year he took on so much extra work that he just couldn't take it. And then he became ill, terribly, terribly ill, and the doctor said it was absolutely necessary that we travel to Germany.
Oh yes, you spent an entire year in Germany, didn't you?
Yes, we did, and it saved his life, Talal's life. It was a wonderful year, but it cost an awful lot of money.
I would imagine so.
200,000 dirham. A lot of money.
You're very lucky you had it.
Yes, well, we had help from Baba, you know.
I see, it was around the time your father died.
Yes. Can you believe it? I couldn't go to nurse him. I was stuck here, the children were small, and I had Talal to look after, and he was so ill. Do you remember my Baba? He was so dear to me, so kind. I never saw him again. It's the worst thing that happened to me since I got married.
I remember how fond you were of him. So then you left for Germany?
Yes, we left a month later.
And your husband came back in good health?
Fit as a fiddle.
But the doctor?
Sorry?
The gentleman who arrived at the same time as me, I thought the maid
Dr. Rashid. No, it's not a professional visit. He's Talal's cousin and best friend. He drops by at least once a day. No, he hasn't been ill for one moment since then, Christina. The children are well. They're so tall and healthy, and well, I am too. Well, Christine, it's wonderful to be alive and happy, isn't it? I'm sorry. It's thoughtless of me. Listen to me rabbiting on all about myself. Don't be cross with me. Would you tell me something? You know, you said you didn't love your husband. Why did you marry him? Tell me.
My mother was alive then. She was bedridden, helpless. I had 2 younger brothers. I had to take care of them. I could not refuse his offer. It wouldn't have been justifiable.
No, I don't suppose it would have. So he was rich then?
Well, he did have money, but the whole business was shaky, and then he died, and everything collapsed. There was nothing left.
What happened?
I managed a little shop, and then a little school, and anything else I could think of. These last 3 years, Nora, I haven't stopped working. That's over now. My poor mother has died. She doesn't need me anymore. The boys don't either. They found positions they can look after themselves.
Really? You must feel so relieved.
No. Empty. I cannot tell you how empty. Nothing to live for anymore. That's why I couldn't stay there anymore. I thought it must be easier to find work here. I thought perhaps, something to keep me busy, to take my mind off things. Maybe a job, some office job.
Oh no, Christina. It's wear you out and you look so exhausted already. Why don't you just go for a holiday?
No, I don't have a Baba to give me money for a holiday. I'm sorry. I've just become so bitter. I have to think about myself all the time. When you told me of your good news,
Yeah.
I was happy, not for you, but For myself.
What do you mean? You think Dalal might be able to help you?
I do think that, yes.
He will. He will, Christine. Leave it with me. I'll ask him. I'll think of something he really likes. And I would really like to be able to help you.
It's so kind of you to help me. Especially when you know so little of how difficult life can be.
It's fine.
Dear God. Nora, you do some needlework, you embroider your child, Nora.
Say that to me. Don't talk down to me.
I'm sorry.
You're as bad as the rest of them. You won't think I'm useless. You honestly think I don't know how hard life can be?
Nora, you just told me your trouble.
That was nothing. There's a big thing I've not told you.
What do you mean?
You're proud that you work so long and hard for your family, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Listen to me, Christine. I've done something to be proud and happy about. I have.
I don't doubt it. What is it?
Dalal mustn't hear this. He must never hear this. No one must know this, Christine. No one but you.
What?
It was me who saved Dalal's life. I saved his life.
You saved his life. How did you save his life?
You know the trip to Germany I told you about? Dalal would be dead if we hadn't gone there.
Yes, your father gave you the money.
No,
that
that's
you
what Dalal thinks. That's what everybody thinks, but not a penny from Mom. I found the money. I did.
You? So much money.
200,000 dirham. What do you say to that?
So, where did you get it from? You couldn't have borrowed it.
Why not?
A woman isn't allowed to borrow without her husband's consent. A woman...
What if a woman knows something about business? What if a woman knows how to use her brains? Then,
No, I do not understand.
they say I borrowed it. Might have had an admirer, might have been given it. I'm quite attractive.
You are mad.
And you're dying of curiosity, Christine.
Nora, have you done something foolish?
Foolish. To save your husband's life? Is that foolish?
I think it is foolish if you did something and you didn't tell him about it.
No. You don't understand. He wasn't allowed to know how ill he was. The doctors just told me. Nothing could save him unless we travelled abroad. Honestly, Christina, I did try to coax him at first. I tried everything, but nothing worked. Well, then I thought you have to be saved. I have to save you, and I found a way out.
You've never breathed a word to him since?
No. When it comes to money, Dalal is very strict. He absolutely loathes debt. Anyway, Dalal is a man. He has a man's pride. He's so ashamed and humiliated if he thought he owed me anything. It would just spoil our lovely marriage. It would just spoil everything.
Will you never tell him?
Might, yes, one day. Many years from now, when I've lost my looks a little. Don't laugh. I mean, the time will come when Dalal's not as in love with me as he is now, not quite so happy when I dance for him and dress for him and play with him. It might be useful then to have something up my sleeve. But I'm talking nonsense. That time will never come. So what do you think of my big secret? Hey, I'm good for something, aren't I? The whole affair caused me such a lot of worry, Christina. I have all these repayments to make and they're so hard to find. You see, I couldn't put the housekeeping money aside because Dalal has to live well and I couldn't let the children go badly dressed. Whatever I got for them, I had to spend on them. I'm his little angel.
So the money came out of your own allowance, Nora?
Yes. Dalal gave me money for dresses and things. I never spent more than half. I bought the cheapest of materials. I mean, thank goodness everything looks good on me. Dalal never even noticed. It was hard on me, Christine. It is nice to be beautifully dressed, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yes.
I found other ways of making money too. Last Eid, I was lucky enough to get a lot of calligraphy work to do. Can you believe it? I locked myself in my room every evening for 3 whole weeks and I wrote till late at night. I was tired, so tired, but I got so much pleasure from sitting and working and earning money. I felt like a man.
So how much have you paid off doing this?
Can't tell you exactly. I do know that whatever I've scraped together, I've paid it all. So many times I've been at my wit's end, but it's all over now. I'm free. And I can't tell you how good that feels. I can spend all my time playing with the children. I can have the house just the way Dalal likes it. Really beautiful.
Visitors. I'd better leave.
Oh, stay, please. I'm not expecting anybody. Don't leave with Dalal.
Excuse me, Madame Laura, but there is a man that would like to go into the lawyer's office.
The bank manager's office, you mean?
Yes, the bank manager's office. But the doctor is still inside.
Well, ask him in.
It's just me and Madame Noura.
What do you want to speak to my husband about?
Bank business, you might say. I got a position in the bank and I heard your husband is to become our manager.
That's right.
So I merely wish to bore him with bank business. Nothing else.
Please use the modulus door.
Who was that, Nola?
Oh, Nabil, a lawyer.
Was him then.
You know that man?
I did, a long time ago. He was clerk to our local solicitor.
Yes, that's what he was.
He's changed a lot.
Oh, he's had a very unhappy marriage, I believe.
Is he a widower now?
Lots of children.
I've heard he has some dubious business interests.
Really? Business is so boring. Let's not talk about it.
I won't disturb my friend. I just pop in and say hello. I'm disturbing you as well.
You're not. Dr. Rashid, this is Madame Christine.
I see. I've heard that name often in the house. Didn't I pass you on the stairs coming up?
You did. I walk slowly. Stairs tire me.
Oh, you're not feeling well.
Tired. Just tired.
Is that all? And you come here in town to get back energy.
To get work. That's why I've come.
Work is not a cure for tiredness.
One has to live, doctor.
Yeah, that seems to be the general opinion.
Come on, Dr. Rashid, you must want to live as well.
I do. I may be a miserable fellow, but I'll go on being tormented for as long as possible. All my patients feel the same way, and those who are morally sick, they do as well. Right now, one of them is in there with Allah.
What do you mean?
Nabil, a lawyer. A man you don't know, man. A man rotten to the core. He too insists that he has to live. As if it mattered anyway. His life.
What does he want to talk to Talal about?
I don't know. Something to do with the bank.
Does this lawyer Nabil have anything to do with the bank?
Yes, he works there. In some manner of description. You're laughing, why?
Tell me, Dr. Rashid, will everyone who works at the bank, will they now all be under Talal?
I believe so, yes. Why is that so very amusing?
Well, it just gives me so much pleasure to think that Talal has so much power over so many people. Macaroon, Dr. Rashid.
Macaroons? Aren't they illegal in this house?
They are, but Christine gave me these.
Me? What?
Oh, don't get so hysterical. You didn't know that Talal had banned them. Oh, he thinks they're very bad for my teeth. Go for the orange one. What about you, Christine? Come on, it'll cheer you up. The one. Oh, I'm such a happy woman. There's only one thing I want to do.
What?
Something I want to say to Talal.
Then say it.
But then it's vulgar. Vulgar.
Don't. But you should say it to us. What is it?
Jahannam!
Have you gone mad?
God, God help us.
Say it, he's here.
You got rid of him, did you?
Yes, he's gone now.
Introductions. This is Christine who's come to town.
Forgive me, Christine, I'm not sure.
Christine.
Oh, I see. You and my wife were friends as children.
Yes, we knew each other a long time ago.
And she's travelled a long way just to speak to you. Imagine that.
What is that supposed to
That's not exactly.
See, Christine, she's very good at office work. But she really wants to work with a very clever man who will teach her much more than she knows already and direct her.
Sensible decision, madam.
So when she heard the news that you'd become manager of the bank, she raised her as quickly as she could. Please, Talal, for my sake, could we do something for Christine, please? Please?
Well, that's not impossible. I take it you are a widow.
Yes,
And you have the experience in bookkeeping.
a great deal, yes.
Well, then it's quite likely that I can offer you a position.
I knew.
You arrived at the right time, Christine.
How can I thank you?
No need whatsoever. But for now, you must excuse me. I have few errands to run.
Wait, I'll come with you.
Stay
Yeah?
up too long.
Just 1 hour, dear. No more.
Christine, are leaving as well?
Yes, I now must find a place to stay.
Oh, I'm so sorry we're so cramped in space.
Please don't mention it. Thank you so much.
Christine, want to walk some of the way with us?
Bye for now, but you will come back this evening, won't you? You too, Dr. Rashid, what do you say? Oh, look, here they are! Here they are! This is Imran. Look at
Tell your mother to
Party
get
time.
you this place.
How are you? Did you have fun today?
Mommy,
Uh-huh.
today I killed the man and manager on the sandboard at the same time.
You didn't.
I did.
You're so strong.
And then I threw water bombs and I got the man right in the face, but it was an accident.
It was not.
I did say sorry.
Only because Miriam told you to.
Look at you. Your cheeks are so red. They're like apples or roses.
Roses?
Red roses.
My cheeks don't look like flowers.
Mommy, can I dance with you too?
Of course you can.
Should I take her?
No, I can keep her. Please, let me.
She's rather tired.
Is she?
She needs to sleep.
Does she?
She hasn't slept all day.
Hasn't she? Very well. Well, why don't you just take her into the nursery then? I'm going to play with my children.
Mommy, Tara got chased.
Chased?
By a huge dog.
It was not that huge.
It was like a wolf.
It was not like a wolf.
It was scary.
It sounds scary.
I wasn't scared. I'm not scared of dogs.
Not even big dogs?
No.
Not even big money dogs that chase, jump and tickle?
Mommy?
Yes.
If I bet you can't find me.
I bet I could.
I didn't say you. I said Mommy.
You are rubbish at hiding.
So darn.
Could you, Mommy?
I bet I could. I bet I could find both of you.
You don't know the places I know.
I do, you know. Count to 20.
20!
Fine. 10.
No, I'll count to 10.
Close your eyes.
I always close my eyes.
I know where I'm going. You better not follow me.
Are you two ready?
Yes, quick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm coming, ready or not? Woo!
I beg your pardon, ya Madame Noura.
What do you want?
I'm sorry. The front door was open. Someone must have forgotten to shut it.
My husband is not at home, Nabil.
I know.
So what do you want then?
A word with you.
Miriam, would you mind going to play hide and seek with the children? Mr. Nabil here needs to talk to me about a matter concerning his work.
I see. Is everything all right?
Perfectly fine, Miriam. Thank you. I'm afraid the children are hiding already. They've had something of a head start.
Oh, don't worry, I'll find them. They always hide in the same places.
Much dusty.
Flat out.
To me?
Yes, I want to talk to you.
Why? Today's the first of the month.
No, but it's Eid. And it all depends whether you have a Eid Mubarak or not.
Yeah, I can't possibly.
Leave that aside, ya Madame Noura. I want you for something else. Do you have a moment to spare?
Yes, sir, I do.
Good. I was sitting in the Shisha Cafe, and then I saw your husband coming down the street
Yes?
with a lady.
So?
May I ask if that lady was Madame Christine?
Yes?
She just come to town.
Today, yes?
She's a good friend of yours, isn't she?
She is, but why?
Okay, I'll be straight up. Will Madame Christine have a position in the bank?
How dare you question me? You're an employee of my husband. Since you asked, I'll answer. Yes, Christine will have a position in the bank. And Nabil, I spoke up for her. Now you know.
I was right then.
I do have a little bit of influence. Just because I'm a woman, it doesn't mean that... Nabil, you should be careful. People in a junior position should be careful not to offend people who...
Who have influence?
Exactly.
Madame Noura, would you be kind enough to use that influence on my behalf?
What do you mean?
Would you be good enough to make sure I keep my junior position in the bank?
What are you talking about? You're speaking plainly for me.
You don't have to pretend that you don't understand.
Oh, Nabil, I assure you.
Madame Noura, I advise you while there is still time, make sure you stop this.
Nabil, I have no influence.
Have no influence. I thought you
Why do
said
you
that
mean it
you...
like that? What do you think I have influence like that over my husband?
I know your husband. We were students together. And I believe the bank manager is like a married man. He can be swayed.
If you insult my husband, I'll have to ask you to leave.
You're a brave lady.
I'm not frightened of you any longer. But I will be free of the whole thing.
Madame Noura, please let me tell you something. If push comes to shove, wallah, I will fight with my life to keep my junior position in the bank.
Yes, I can see that.
It's not about the money, it's the least important thing. It's about something else. I'm sure you know everybody does. That many years ago I did a bad mistake.
Yes.
But